Students, in previous chapter we have discussed about motion and its cause, that is force. We have already discussed the concept of work in the previous topic, in this work and energy, and we know that to do work we required energy, and energy is from where do we get energy? We get energy from the food we eat. Similarly, machines get energy from the fuel. So we say that energy is the basic property of the matter, and which has different forms, which we study in this chapter. You know that if we are not well, we are sick, our ability to do work is less as compared to when we are healthy. So we say that it is energy of the body. It is defined as the ability or the capacity to do work, right? The energy of a body is defined as the ability to do work or capacity to do work. It is high when we are energetic, we do more work. If we are sick, we do less amount of work, we uh, easily get tired. So energy of a body is defined as the capacity to do work, and its SI unit is joule, and it is a scalar quantity. Now there are various forms of energy, like mechanical energy, heat energy, sound energy, light energy, electrical energy, chemical energy, atomic energy. There are different forms of energy, and uh, it is different form of energy is used in different forms. Like mechanical energy, what is mechanical energy? Actually, mechanical energy is the sum of kinetic and the potential energy, right? And it is the capacity of a body to do mechanical work. Now what is mechanical work? It is related to the motion of the object or the position or the configuration of the object. So we classify mechanical energy into two forms, and we define mechanical energy as the capacity to do mechanical work is known as mechanical energy, and it is classified into two categories: kinetic energy and potential. So what is kinetic energy? The energy possessed by an object due to its motion. Means when a body is in motion, it possesses kinetic energy. For example, when a ball is moving, a moving ball possesses kinetic energy. Blowing wind possesses kinetic energy. Moving car possesses kinetic energy. Anything which is in motion possesses kinetic energy, right? And because it is a form of energy, so its SI unit is same, that is joule. Its SI unit is same, right? Now there is mathematical expression or derivation of the kinetic energy. We are deriving the formula of kinetic energy. Let us assume that m is the mass of the object, and this mass is initially at rest. This object is at rest. So we know that if the object is at rest, we take its initial velocity 0. Now suppose F is the force applied on the object. Say F is the force. This force is applied on the object, and the object move in the direction of this force, and it covers some distance. Let S be the distance. Now the position of object gets changed. It moved from here to at this point. So we know that work done is given by the product of the force what we have applied multiplied by its displacement, that is F into S. So let us assume that equation number 1. Now we have read that force is the product of mass and acceleration. So in place of F we write m into a. So it will be m into a. We replace the value of F by m into a, and it will be m into a into S. Now using the equation of motion, v square equals to u square plus 2s. In this equation we substitute the value of u as 0. Why? Because the object is at rest, so initial velocity is 0. So from here we get the value of s, which is equals to v square upon 2a, and this value of s we will be substituting in equation number 2. So the second equation becomes m into a, and in place of s we write the value of s, which is v square upon 2a. So we'll get the relation that W will be equals to half mv square. So work done is stored in the form of kinetic energy. So we say that kinetic energy will be equals to half mv square. Now from this relation we say that kinetic energy is depend on two factors, right? Because the formula of kinetic energy is half mv square, so it depends on two factors, and these two factors are mass and the velocity of the object. So we say that kinetic energy is directly proportional to the mass of the body and directly proportional to the square of its velocity. What does this means? Means kinetic energy is directly proportional to the mass. Means if we increases the mass, the kinetic energy will be more. If you increase the velocity, then it will be increasing the square of that velocity, kinetic energy, right? SI unit is same as that of energy, work done, that is joule, and it is a scalar quantity. And this you have to remember that kinetic energy can never be negative, right? Why it cannot be negative? Because every object have some mass, and the velocity of the object, because its square is there, it can't be negative, right? So the value of the kinetic energy is always positive. Let's do one numerical based on simple formula half mv square. Let an object of mass 15 kg is moving with a uniform velocity 4 meter per second. What is the kinetic energy possessed by the object? So mass is given, which is in SI unit. Velocity is also given, which is in meter per second, again SI unit. So we apply this formula. Kinetic energy will be equals to half mv square. So half into m is 15 into 4 into 4, that is 120 joules. So 120 joule will be the kinetic energy of the object. Another example, what is the work to be done to increase the speed of a car from 54 to 90 km per hour if the mass of the car is 1200 kg? So first we write the data what is given in the question. 1200 kg, 1200 kg is the mass. Initial velocity is 54 km. Because it is in kilometer per hour, we need to convert this into SI unit. As I told you that always convert the unit into SI form. So we know that unit of velocity is meter per second. Therefore we convert 54 by multiplying it by 5 by 18 into meter per second. Its final velocity is given, which is 90 km per hour. We again convert this 90 km per hour multiplying by 5 by 18 into meter per second. So it will be 25 meter per second. Now it is given what is the work done. So work done means change in the kinetic energies. So final velocity is given, so we calculate its kinetic energy when its velocity is 25, and similarly we calculate its velocity when its initial velocity is given here, which is 15 meter per second, and we subtract these two energies. So you can apply this formula common relation also, or use individually calculate their velocities and then subtract. The answer will be same only. So we substitute here in this formula. We take out half and m common. M, the value of m is 1200, and that will be 25 square minus 15 square. That will be 2,40,000 joule. So this is the answer, right? We can individually also calculate and then take the difference. The answer will be same. And the next form of mechanical energy is potential energy. So it is defined as the energy possessed by body due to its position or configuration, right? So what is potential energy? It is the energy possessed by body due to its position, or you can say its configuration. Configuration means when there is rearrangement of the object or a body, then it is said to be configuration. For example, when a body is raised at some height, it possesses potential energy because its position gets changed. If you put the object at some height, so we have done some work against the gravity, and that will be stored in the form of potential energy, because now the position of this object changed. Stretch rubber band. If you stretch a rubber band or a spring, or you compress a spring, then its configuration gets changed, right? So that is the example of potential energy. If we wind a key in a toy, there are toys where the keys are there. So if you wind up, then its configuration gets changed. There inside the toy there is a spring whose position gets changed. So these all are the example of potential energy. You know that when a toy car, in a toy car, when a that key is winded up, and we put that on the ground, it moves because of the potential energy. When we wind up, when we have done some work, that energy is stored inside that spring, and it, when it releases, when it reopens, regain its shape, then it does some work. That energy is again converted into work. So these are the example of kinetic energy, like stretching a rubber band. An object is some mass kept at some height, and since it is a form of energy, it is, its unit is same as that of work done or energy, that is joule, and it is also a scalar quantity. Right, now we are deriving a relation that when the potential energy of an object, what will be the potential energy of the object when it is kept at some height. So when the object is raised to a certain height, work is done against the gravity. As I told you, if you lift any object, we are doing the work against the gravity, and that work done is stored in the form of potential energy. For example, this is an object whose mass is m, and it is raised to some height, say h, and the force applied in this object will be F equals to m into g. We know that force is given by this relation, m mass into acceleration, and because it is, we are doing the work against the gravity, so acceleration due to gravity is g. So the force applied will be mass into gravity. So the gravitational potential energy of an object above the ground, right? So we are calculating this relation of potential energy. So suppose the mass of the object is m, and we kept it some height, say h, and we are doing the work against the gravity. So work done will be given by, we know work done is force into displacement. And what is displacement here? This h is the displacement, because we are moving an object, changing its position from here to here. That this distance is represented by h. So we write F into S, and in place of S we can write H, and the value of F is equals to m into g, because force is mass into acceleration due to gravity. So we get its relation that the work done will be equals to m into g into h. And since work done is converted into potential energy, therefore the potential energy of the body at this point will be represented by mgh, and it is a scalar quantity. Its unit is SI unit is joule. Right, now one important note is there, that work done depends on the difference in the vertical height of the initial and the final position of an object, not on the path of the object. What does this means? It means that whatever be the like you have to put an object at some height, so whatever be the path, the energy will remain same. Means rather you take this object directly from here to here, right, following this path, or you take this object first here at this point, then again take right angle turn, means following this path. Any of the path you can follow, but if the height is same, then the potential energies in both the cases will remain same, that is mgh. So this is how we can calculate the potential energy of the body, and it depends on the difference of the vertical height of the two objects, and not on the path followed by the two cases. Understood? I hope it is clear to you. Thank you.